out my window, sun shining bright.
Good, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Your boy Reese, aka the Sideliner. If I look tired, it's because I am. It's 11:50 p.m. Eastern time. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, so bear with your boy. As you know, NBA playoffs day one started today, and let's just say we were not let down. From 1 o'clock p.m. up until 15 minutes ago, we had NBA basketball. Beautiful day. The sun was out, the weather was busting, and ball was on all day, so can't complain. Like I said, 1 p.m. the first game kicked off. That was Philly versus Brooklyn. Mikal Bridges matching up against Joel Embiid in a game that was competitive very early on, especially in that first half. It could have gone either way. Mikal Bridges really showed up. He's proven that he's serious. The sample size of him being a quote-unquote superstar once he got traded to Brooklyn, no, he's legit. He's serious. He's putting all that to bed. He dropped 30 points in his playoff debut. For Brooklyn, his playoff debut. But he's serious out there, man. The Nets were not afraid to attack the paint either. I know you got Joel Embiid down there, a true rim protector. He got a couple blocks tonight, but they were not afraid to attack the paint. Cam Johnson was looking real good. His shot was falling. He had 18 points on 4 made threes. So progressing on into the series, hopefully that he stays hot. He was the second leading scorer for the Brooklyn Nets in the game. Third was Spencer Dinwiddie having 14 points, but hopefully Mikal Bridges can get some more scoring help from the guys in the next couple games so they can possibly steal one from Brooklyn in this series. This is not a team that I think will get swept. They have the ability to win on any given night, depending on who's going off. Like we said, Mikal Bridges got his 30 tonight. Cam Johnson was looking good. Claxton struggled a bit, but that's to be expected when you're playing against Joel Embiid. But in the next couple games, hopefully these guys can get it going. Cam Thomas only played about 5 minutes in the game, so maybe he could get in the rotation and drop a quick 20-piece for you. Seth Curry, he had a couple shots in this game, but you know, the Brooklyn Nets are going to need a lot of help if they want to win at least one game in this series. Now, flipping over to the Philadelphia 76ers, James Harden was looking amazing in that first half. He had 17 first half points. Tobias Harris showed up in that first half. I think he had 12 points. PJ Tucker was absolutely relentless on the offensive glass. His hustle was unmatched out there, just tipping the ball, getting extra possessions for the team. That's to be expected with PJ Tucker. That's what he's there for. And it was just beautiful basketball played by the 76ers. The Sixers made 13 first half three-pointers, a franchise record, a playoff record for the team. They ended up outscoring Brooklyn by 30 points from 3 to begin the fourth quarter. That's 10 more made threes than the Brooklyn Nets, and they were still in the game. They were still in the game at that point. They ended the game with 21 made threes. So they cooled off a little bit from that first half, just hitting 8 in the second, but ultimately still won the game by 20 points. They came out and handled business in the second half. So I'm not even gonna cap. Like I said, I've been up since 4 this morning. I had work. So I took me a little nap during that Atlanta Hawks and Boston Celtics games. I missed the entire game, but I woke up at halftime of the Cleveland Cavaliers and New York Knicks game, which I'm glad I did because that was a show. That was a show for sure. But I want to touch on that Boston Celtics game. I looked at the box score. Saw Tatum and Brown both went off for 25 and 11. That duo, as we know, they've been very successful together since they've teamed up, since they were drafted. Since Tatum was drafted back in 2017. Derek White was also very instrumental in this game. As I can see from the box score, he had 24 points. Only seven Boston Celtics scored in this game, so it was very top heavy on the scoring load, but that's all they needed. They won this game. They were able to pull it off by 13. But you had every starter for the Atlanta Hawks scoring double digits. Trae Young with 16, Hunter with 11, John Collins had 12, Capella also had 12, DeJounte Murray had 24, 8 rebounds and 6 assists. So it was a solid game for Atlanta, but ultimately I'll have to go back and watch this game and see why they eventually lost it. But back to the Cavs and Knicks. Like I said, second half was a banger. The Knicks was playing like they've been here. Brunson is a true leader out there on the court. He took over in that third quarter with mid-range jumpers and just dishing the ball around. When Randall went to the bench, he came away with 12 points in that third quarter and ended the game with 21 second half points. So very, very, very good pickup for the New York Knicks in the free agency over this past summer. We knew this. I expected this to happen with Jalen Brunson leading this team, especially down the stretch when they needed him the most. Obi Toppin also had a solid third quarter. He came away with 9 points, hit a big three in the corner, had a nice fast break transition jam. So hopefully his minutes stay consistent throughout this playoff run, and we can see some more Obi Toppin. Crazy thing about this game though is that both teams were shooting under 25% from three heading into the fourth quarter. We know these teams are not really great three-point shooting teams. It's just, like I said in one of my earlier videos, it's going to be bruise, attacking the paint, mid-range jumpers. Of course, they have guys that can hit the three in a Darius Garland or a Donovan Mitchell. Brunson can hit the three, Randall can hit the three. There's these guys that can hit the three, but they're not really known for being three-point shooting teams. And the Cleveland Cavaliers are also had the slowest pace during the regular season, so they're going to slow the game down. They're not trying to get these quick shots. And the New York Knicks are a team that likes to run and get these quick, fast break opportunities in transition. Josh Hart, man, Josh Hart, nasty game. The Knicks got a steal when they traded for him from the Portland Trail Blazers, an absolute gold mine of a player. Cleveland went on a 9-0 run late in the fourth quarter. Tibbs called a timeout. Josh Hart comes back into after the timeout. Josh Hart hits a huge three with the shot clock running low. Gets the rebound off of a Donovan Mitchell missed three and secured his double-double on that play. Like, the man was doing everything tonight. As we know, Donovan Mitchell is a proven playoff player. Like I've said one time too many on this channel, he's a proven playoff player. We know he was going to show up and do his thing. He came away with nearly 40 points, and almost half of his points were scored in the fourth quarter. Mobley struggled from the field tonight, but his shots will fall eventually, and once they do, the New York Knicks are in trouble for sure. Donovan Mitchell was absolutely locked in. If you was watching the game, you saw it in his face. He was locked in that fourth quarter. Sad to see the Cavs lose this game. They were right there. They actually took the lead at one point in the fourth quarter. But Jalen Brunson weathered the storm, got his team together, pulled them back onto the tracks, and was able to pull out this game. The Cavs were not converting off of the New York Knicks turnovers in the second half. They only had 6 points heading into the fourth quarter off of Knicks turnovers, or late into the fourth quarter off of Knicks turnovers. And then the bench was just atrocious. 1 for 12 from the field with 4 turnovers. At a point in the second half, it wasn't looking good, and that's when Donovan Mitchell took over and took the game to another level and actually made it back to a competitive game. Probably the most disappointing thing about this game late down the stretch is that Darius Garland did not attempt a shot in the second half at all. He was not aggressive. He was not looking for the rim. He was not looking for his shot. It was really just the Donovan Mitchell show versus Jalen Brunson. And then on that last, when the New York Knicks got that last offensive rebound, Julius Randle got that last rebound. As we saw throughout this entire course of the game, not boxing out really ruined the chance of the Cavs to win this game. They could have grabbed that that defensive rebound, headed down there, got on the fast break, got a good look, and they still had about 20 seconds left on the clock if that would have happened. So they got to do better on boxing out, defensive rebounding, team rebounding, and just communicating as a whole. And then the play of the game, the game of the night, Sacramento Kings taking on the Golden State Warriors in Sacramento. First playoff game for the Kings organization in nearly 17 years, and they come away with a very, very critical win in game one. Nearly lost it, but it went down to the wire. Exciting game. DeAaron Fox, amazing. First play of the game, Stephen Curry throws a turnover to Harrison Barnes, and from jump. Harrison Barnes was aggressive, setting the tone, being a true veteran, setting the tone for the rest of the guys in their first playoff run. Being aggressive, getting to the line, and making sure that everyone knows that we're not just going, they're going to say words, but we're not just going to let them come in our building and run amok with us. We're not just going to let them, we can't let them think they're going to come in here and just do whatever they want with us. This is our home court. These are our fans. We have to win this game for them. Although Sabonis struggled from the field in this game, he only had 8 points, 10 points. He was very, very crucial on the glass, battling with Draymond Green. Malik Monk, super impressive game. We know he's capable of these games where he can match DeAaron Fox scoring, but dropping 32 points and going 14 for 14 from the free throw line in your playoff debut, that is impressive as hell. Impressive as hell, especially for a guy in Malik Monk who's not very consistent when it comes to his decision making, should I say. He's a very high volume shot taker, but they're not always the best shots. And tonight, I feel he really tuned in and honed in on his abilities, shot making abilities, shot taking, creation abilities, and was just able attacking the rim. Was able to make a game of it. 32 points, like I said, in his playoff debut. Trey Lyles stepped up in the place of rookie Keegan Murray, who struggled in his first game in the limelight of the playoffs. But DeAaron Fox, the backbone of the team, came through when they needed it the most. 38 points to end the game. Done what he's done all season in the fourth quarter, stepping up. Like I said, when they needed him the most, dropping 16 points in the fourth quarter. Second most all-time points scored in the NBA playoff debut. It's impressive, an impressive game for the Sacramento Kings. They did not fold when the Warriors eventually took the lead. They got the lead back. They didn't crumble. They didn't get down on themselves. They kept going at the Warriors. This was an impressive win. Now, through the first half, or at halftime, 6 players on both teams. So it was 2 players on the Kings, 4 players on the Warriors. Had double-digit points already at halftime. From there, we knew this game was going to be a shootout. The final score ended up being 126 to 123. Like I said, went down to the wire. A great game. If you missed it, make sure you go tune in on them. Get the rewind, bro. Go watch this game. This was a great game. Really started off, ended the day playoff, ended day 1 of the NBA playoffs on the right foot, especially with the quote-unquote underdog getting a win. Although Sacramento is the 3 seed, being the higher seed over those 6-seeded Warriors, they're still the underdogs to win the series. So I'm very proud of the Sacramento Kings for pulling this out. Stephen Curry looked very, very dangerous out there. Over 30-point game. What was to be expected of him. Draymond Green, 11 assists out there. Some weird foul calls, bogus, cheap foul calls down the stretch in the fourth for the Warriors. But that ultimately came back to bite them, allowing DeAaron Fox and Malik Monk to get to the line. Like I said, Malik Monk went 14 for 14. That's not a guy you want to send to the line in this game. Wiggins had fresh legs coming off the bench. A near 20-point game for him in his first game back since taking the time away from the team. Maybe later down, maybe in a couple games he'll get the start. But an all-around impressive win for the Sacramento Kings. Like I said, I've been up since 4 a.m. this morning, bro, and I actually have work tomorrow at 6 a.m. So if this video was all over the place, I apologize. I'm trying to tune in and lock in as best as I can with my work schedule being the way that it is. So just stick with your boy, bro. I appreciate anybody and everybody that's here viewing the videos, dropping likes, all of that, bro. I appreciate y'all. Just thank you for tuning in, and I will be back tomorrow night with recap of day 2, game 1 at 3 o'clock, kicking off with the Lakers taking on the Grizzlies. It's going to be a good one. I'll see y'all tomorrow.